This sign might just have to leave the premises. I'm trying here. I tried. I'm about to turn it off. Yeah, at this point, whatever. Just, okay? Okay, it's only up from here. Anyways, let me start this. Hi, guys. Okay, hold on. I started it and I actually wasn't that prepared to start. So, okay. Oh, also, I'm going to try to, like, not edit my podcast as much as possible. So we're getting like raw footage here. I don't know. Or audio. Whatever. I'm a little rusty. Okay. I'll take it because it has been a couple months. But anyway, welcome back to the Realist Podcast. I'm your host, Alyssa Howard. Wow, I love how that sounds. I'm your host. I don't think I've ever said that on the podcast. Anyway, why am I holding the microphone? Okay. Why am I nervous? Okay, so before I start the episode, I just want to give a little setting. Set the scene for those who are listening to the audio. I am trying to be comfortable on my bed, but I'm actually not comfortable right now. Like I'm leaned back on my pillows. I don't know. It's a lot. Basically, my camera, tripod, angles, whatever. There's only so many that I could get on my bed, and I didn't know that. Also, I will be placing an Amazon purchase for a ring light immediately, like yesterday, because I honestly should have already got one. But yeah, I don't love how this video looks right now. But anyway, that's not the point. So next. Okay, little life update because it's been a long time since I've been on the pod. It's been a minute. I don't even know how long it's been. I don't even want to know. I think a couple months, probably May was the last time, and it's September while I'm recording this. Actually, the end of September. It's okay. We're here now. It doesn't matter. But, okay, so like one of the life updates, which is not very new, is I've been probably the most homebody-ish I've ever been in my life, which is, again, not new. Like, I've always been a homebody. But when I tell y'all, I leave the house, well, I was going to say maybe once or twice a week. But, like, I leave the house every day, but that's just to go to the gym. But as soon as I come back, I'm home for the day. Like, I don't go anywhere. If I do, it's like I said, once or twice a week to hang out with, like, a friend or two. And that's it. But I love it like that. Honestly, I feel like I'm in a little transition period, and I'm going to get more into that in this episode because honestly, there is a lot going on. Like up here in my head, though, not really in the 3D world yet, but there is a lot going on, a lot changing in a good way. I'm actually really excited. I feel like I'm transitioning, and I feel like I'm going to give like a metamorphosis. What the heck is it called? Damn, I don't know. Phrase? No, I don't know what it's called. But anyway, like, I'm coming out of my cocoon, basically. That's the phase that I'm in, metamorphosis wise. I really wish that I knew the word. I do, just not right off the top of my head. But anyway, another life update. I have been consistent in the gym, y'all. Like, finally, I have been working out literally 5 times a week, which is like, I'm so proud of myself because honestly, like, it's been a year and some change of me, like, you know, going to the gym, quote, whatever. But I recently, within the past, like, 3 months, have actually been consistent, and I'm already seeing results, and it makes me so happy, and I'm just so proud. So yeah, this is your sign. If you're trying to be in the gym or you're already in the gym, but you're not consistent, this is your sign to just do it. Just go. Just do it. Honestly, it's helped me so much with my mental health and like my discipline too, because bro, half the time I don't want to go, but I still get up and go, and that makes me even more like proud and just happy. I don't know. Plus, if you're having a bad day, bro, just go to the gym. Just go lift. You'll be fine when you get out of the gym. Okay, so next update. Okay, so I've really been going down a self-help, self-transformation rabbit hole recently, and I love it because I'm learning so much. I'm always learning, but I love when I learn about like how to grow. Like that's my favorite thing to learn about, is improving myself and growing. And so I'm excited because now I'm going to be able to share it with you guys. And that low key segues into the next update, is that my YouTube content is about to take a huge change, like a 180 basically. Okay, I'm not going to say that. It's not that big of it. Well, I don't know. It kind of is, because it's like, instead of doing mainly vlogs and just like lifestyle content, which I'm still going to do, it's just going to not be the same. It's not going to be as vloggy, and it'll be more of like self-improvement and like how to, if that makes sense, because I just have so much to say, so much that I can put y'all onto, so much that I can help you guys with, and I don't want to keep gatekeeping on accident without, like, you know, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I literally just did like 2 of my updates in one, and I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, basically I just been going down like a rabbit hole. I've literally been on YouTube watching nothing but self-improvement videos, and I freaking love it, and it's inspiring me to make my own. That is the segue into the next one. Like, yes, I am about to be doing more self-help videos on my main channel, so low-key like a podcast type of vibe, but obviously not fully, if that makes sense. Anyway, excuse me, I just burped. But anyway, so we're gonna get into this episode. I'm blanking, even though I literally have an outline in front of me. So this episode is brought to you by, no, just playing. That sounded so sponsored for a second. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about not only like where I've been and like what's been going on with me, which is kind of what I already touched on, but also dealing with imposter syndrome and just like what it is, how we can work with it, how we can get rid of it, and my personal story with it, I guess, because as of recently I've gone through a little imposter syndrome phase, and I don't like it. And I've definitely gotten out of it, which is why I feel comfortable to make this episode, and hopefully I can help, you know, others get out of it too. But imposter syndrome literally, it sucks, but it's not impossible to get out of, which is what I love about it. There's definitely a learning, I'm not going to say learning curve, because that's not the right term. I don't know. Let's just get into it. So my first thing that I want to touch on obviously is like, what the hell is imposter syndrome? Like, if you don't know what imposter syndrome is, I got you. Like, you might be like, well, damn, do I suffer with it? Like, I don't know what it is. Or even if you do know or have an idea. Okay, Alyssa, what is imposter syndrome? So I looked up the definition, and I'm going to put it into easier words after I say the definition. But anyway, according to the dictionary, it is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. In other words, basically believing that like everything that you've accomplished isn't because you were capable of it. It like you basically downplay everything about yourself, or like you think that you're not as good of a person or as good at something that you actually are. Like, you just downplay yourself and you give away your credit to other people and be like, no, I'm actually not here because of myself. I'm here because like my mom, or like, not literally. No, like, I mean like, oh, I learned this because of my mom and that's why I'm here. Or like, oh, I'm here because of basically everything but yourself, but your own accomplishments and your own knowledge. So like, for example, if you tell your things like, oh yeah, like I just got lucky, like I don't really know how I'm here, or like, you know, it wasn't actually my own doings, you know, I don't deserve to be here. And this don't have to be an out loud thing. This is just something that even if you've thought it, like, why am I here? Like, I don't deserve to be here. I'm literally the least what's the word, like the least qualified in the room, or whatever. If you have thought anything like that, or you know, if the definition kind of resonated in any way, then you might have had a little bit of imposter syndrome at one point. And it's okay though, because just keep listening. We're gonna fix it. It's okay. Hold on one second. Okay. So recently, I personally have been kind of going through this in a way. Hold on, I'm gonna take my microphone off this tripod. I don't like this tripod. Yeah, that's better. Also, I'm just like slowly leaning more and more down. Okay, hold on. I need to readjust right here. Okay, I think we're good. Wait, no, we're not. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I like this better. I'm more comfortable. Okay, we're here. Anyway, so personally, I've never really struggled with imposter syndrome until recently. And that's why I wanted to give the life update about like my YouTube content changing, because that's where it started. I want to be vulnerable and like share kind of what's been going on, because that's honestly what's inspired this episode topic. I don't think anybody's asked me for this episode, but I still feel like it will help. Yeah, I just want to share like what's been going on internally, just in case you have been experiencing it too. So it definitely, imposter syndrome, it started showing up in my career first, like YouTube. Because like, I don't know, recently my content, like I haven't really loved my content or the videos that I've been pushing out. And I don't know, like it, when you're a creator and you love creating and then you create and then it's like, like I don't really like how that turned out, or like I could have done that better. And you're also like, you don't really care to fix it or change it. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain like what's been going on recently, but that's kind of how it is. Like I will make a video and like half-ass it from the jump and not really enjoy the process of making it. And then editing feels like a whole chore, like more than ever before. And I had to like, I don't know. I don't know. Recently, it just, basically, it showed up in my career first, aka YouTube, in my content. I was like, I feel like I'm not capable, but I just feel like I'm not as good at my job as I used to be. That's really like what it came down to. That's what I started to believe about myself, is like, okay, yeah, wrap it up. Like you've already hit your peak, you've already hit your climax or whatever on YouTube. Just get off the platform at this point. Like that's literally what I have been kind of telling myself. I started to do something that I've never, ever done before on YouTube, and that was comparing myself to other creators. Like, when I tell you, I'm very good at not comparing myself to other people. Like I genuinely, I don't know, I'm very authentic. I'm me. Nobody can be me, and I can't be nobody else, and neither can you, and neither can your mom or the next person. It is what it is. Like everybody's themselves. And so for me to be like looking twice at other creators, like platforms, their videos, their numbers, like all that stuff, I was like, okay, something's off here. Like something's off, and I don't really know what's going on, but I don't like it. And I started to feel less confident in my abilities to be a freaking YouTuber. Like I literally was like, okay, yeah, like wrap it up. Like it's over, you're done. But obviously that's not the case. It really was just my mindset, mixed with, I just didn't feel the passion behind my current content, like my vlogs and all that stuff. I don't really like doing it anymore in that, certain way. And it took me going through a little imposter phase to realize, oh no, you just need to change your content. But I still want to talk about it, because like I know that this is something that is low-key like a lot of people deal with, but not a lot of people talk about it. Like, hello. Anyway, so yeah, basically I just started getting like really discouraged, and I kept trying to plan and write down new content ideas and like videos, and it just was not working. And it was because I was subconsciously, or like in the back of my mind, telling myself already before even trying to execute this video, it's gonna fail, it's not gonna do good, because you're not like capable of doing it. I'm back. I'm using BandLab as my, what's it called? Like, I don't even know, where I record my audio basically. And I forgot that it stops recording after 15 minutes. So I was literally talking for like almost 2 minutes. And yeah. Anyway, so what was I saying? Basically I was just getting discouraged and thought that I wasn't capable of doing my job just because it wasn't, I don't know. I was just getting in my own way, like mentally, just because I didn't know what was going on. I've never felt the way I did about my content and like creating, you know, it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. Also, like, unfortunately, it's easier said than done to not look at views and numbers when it's literally your job. So, you know, seeing my numbers change, my views change is where it started. Because I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, are people, like, they don't see my value, therefore I don't have any value? Like, what? I don't know. Because I'm a very confident person. So it scared me. I'm not going to lie. Like, it started to trickle down into my character and like my self-concept and how I viewed myself. And that's what scared me, because I'm very confident. I'm very sure of myself and, you know, unique. Like, I know what I got going on. I know my worth. And I don't mean that in just like a relationship standpoint. I just mean like, I know my worth, period. I know my value and the value that I provide people in any way. So for me to be questioning that, it scared me. Sorry, I did not mean to yell at you. It scared me. This is a new microphone, if you couldn't tell, and I'm still getting used to it, like talking into it. But anyway, but yeah, like it's not normal for me to feel any of those things. So it was definitely an uncomfortable feeling, to say the least. And it low key like started a little depression phase again. I'm jumping. I literally skipped a whole point on my outline. Anyway, I questioned myself and my actions, and I questioned myself like more than I ever have, kind of almost being mean to myself. Like, I believe that the way I got here was just by being lucky and not that I actually had any value to provide people. So that's what started my little depression. Mental health issues they run heavily in my family. And so I'm always easily prone to depression, anxiety, and stuff like that. And I try my hardest to not get to that point. Because when I get to that point, it's heavy. And I have to like literally drag myself out of it. And thank God, the God Almighty, like, thank you for giving me the strength to pull myself out, because I know that, you know, for others it's harder, but still, like, I still don't like being in that, you know, energy. I don't like being in that low vibration, especially knowing that I've been in high vibrations and it's lovely. I love it. But anyway, I feel like okay, we're not even at the point of this episode yet. I apologize, but anyway, it can happen pretty easily for me, like getting into a rut, and so it did. You know, I just started to have even more negative thoughts. Like, negative feeds negative just as much as positive feeds positive. So I'm over here like going down a freaking rabbit hole of just negativity, negative thoughts, and not even just negative thoughts about like the world, but myself, which I feel like is worse. So yeah, I still have, you know, my little moments of feeling like an imposter, and we'll get into that in a second. But because I'm kind of embarking on a new journey, a new little YouTube era, I am an imposter in a way. But imposter, like, it just means you're a beginner. Like, it doesn't mean you're actually an imposter. Like, if I'm over here like, yeah, I'm Oprah, like, I'm obviously not Oprah, so that would be an imposter. But like, everybody goes through imposter syndrome because it's literally just like a feeling of, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, when you're in a new space or whatever. Okay. So I came up with a couple, well, I'm not gonna say I came up with it, but I researched and also kind of, I came up with my own solution and how I got out of it, plus researching more solutions on like really how to get out of it. Because the root of imposter syndrome, in my opinion, is like self-concept. I wouldn't even say like confidence or lack thereof. I would just say like how you view yourself, which is self-concept. Because if you view yourself as not competent in whatever room you're in, whatever job position you're in, whatever degree you have, and you don't think that you deserve it, like that's self-concept. That's how you view you. So shifting this mindset and your self-concept needs to be the first step, right after acceptance, because I feel like nothing changes if you're not like able to accept your current, reality and what's going on. This is not the time to be Delulu, okay? Like we're gonna have to take a long, hard look at ourselves and just become self-aware. Like, okay, I think this about myself. Why do I think like this? I don't know, but like I'm gonna figure it out. Basically, I don't know, but just like self-awareness and acceptance is the first step to changing anything. Not only getting out of imposter syndrome, but literally changing anything. Okay, so yeah, like our external reality comes from our internal reality. Basically, like what is on the outside, what we see on the outside, the real world, 3D, whatever, comes from our inside, our brain, what we look and what we think. Fuck, why am I struggling how to explain this when I've literally explained this multiple times? How you view the world is exactly how the world is gonna show up, basically. And that literally all comes from just our thoughts and our mindset. And you're probably like, okay, but Liz, like, how do I change that? I got you. So first, I would write down your limiting beliefs about yourself. What do you think is true, quote unquote true? Because it's really not. But like, yeah, like what do you always, what are the patterns? What are the constant negative things that you tell yourself or that you genuinely think about yourself? For example, like, I'm so annoying. Like every time I talk, people just don't want to hear it. Like, I don't know, for an example, whatever. That's what you like believe, right? So write that down as an example or whatever. Also, a little tip that I've discovered while becoming self-aware or whatever through writing down, my self-limiting beliefs was also writing down what I think others see about me or like view me as, because that it's like it low-key unlocks like a whole nother level of what you think about yourself, literally. Like, because you're not gonna, well, I don't know how to like I'm gonna get better at this podcasting, okay? But the only thing that I really be suffering or struggling, wow, suffering is crazy, but struggling with is like coming up with examples on the spot. And even in my outlines, I struggle with examples. But, like, what the heck was I talking about? Hold on. What you think others see, like, it low-key tells you what you see, even if you weren't going to put that down in your limiting beliefs. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Basically, it just unlocks a whole nother level and amount of things that you didn't really think off the top of your head, if that makes sense. I don't know. Okay. Another example, though, because this is like always an easy example to throw out there and like use. Oh my God, I just realized I have dead flowers in the back. Okay. Another example is like money. Like that's a very easy, touchy subject, but like an easy example because I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Like, for example, like I grew up never really having extra money to have nice things or whatever. I'm not going to be able to live that life that I want, or like, I wish I could have this, like stuff like that. Like, that's just an example of like a limiting belief, is like you're putting a cap on yourself just because you don't think that you can ever make X amount of money. And again, this is just an example, but Um I need water, hold on. Anyway, so wow, the way that didn't even help. Our brains, I'm just gonna talk a little bit more pronounced, maybe that'll help. Our brains, so like here's the gag, like the gag is our brains' thoughts are not our thoughts. It's obviously easier said than done to just observe our thoughts, but like, bro, like not all of our thoughts are true. Most of them aren't really. Like our brain is literally a machine. It's a literal organ. Like that's it, and it just does what it does. It's a machine because it thinks things based off of the past or like childhood or whatever, and that's where our subconscious comes in. But like, ooh, excuse me. It's when we identify with those thoughts and like believe them and literally just like go about our day and acting like, yeah, brain, you're right. I am shitty. I am a shitty person. Like, no, that's just what your brain thinks. Okay, sorry. It's not funny. I just woke up from a nap. It's like 9 p.m. and I'm just in a good mood. And so I'm just real talkative. But anyways, okay. Anyway, next. This is really what changed the game for me personally when it came to like healing my imposter syndrome, was writing down your accomplishments and like compliments that you receive from other people. Like basically give yourself that credit back that you always give away to other people. You know, I personally bought this microphone because you have to be really close to it to pick up any sound, and y'all can still hear these freaking sirens because that's how loud these sirens are. Anyways, it just really bothers me sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it does, and right now is one of those times that it does, but it's fine. Anyway, but yeah, like no matter how big or small, just write down all of your accomplishments, all of the things that people have said they're proud of you for, and the things that you've said you're proud of you for, and everything. Like it doesn't matter how big or small it is. It's me trying to pose for a thumbnail and also still talk, knowing damn well I'm not even gonna edit this, therefore y'all are probably like, hello. Anyway, yeah, anyway, that will like start to retrain your brain into like just being more confident in your abilities. Okay, so for example, I'm really good at advice, and every time I give advice to my friends and family members, whatever, they are so like thankful for it, and like it comes so easily to me, and they always take my advice and they always come back and like thank me for it. Like, period. Write that shit down. Okay, you're good at advice. You're wise. And don't even try to be like, yeah, I don't know, like I'm wise because like my mom's wise and like she gave me her wisdom. No, you're wise because God gave you that wisdom, not your mom. Like obviously, you know what I mean? Like let's not take it too far, because I will literally be like, well, I mean, she is your mom. Like, no, we're not gonna do that. But wow, this is giving like anything goes. But Emma Chamberlain, I'm not gonna lie, I started like binging. This is such a like subject change real quick. This is a literal ADHD moment. But like Emma Chamberlain's podcast, if you guys don't listen to Anything Goes by Emma Chamberlain, y'all definitely should. But I think that's where I'm getting like this vibe from. I don't know. Like I think I'm subconsciously like inspired by her podcast. I like how she outlines it. I like how she doesn't edit it. I like how she just like leaves in all the funny stuff. And that's kind of what's going on right now. Anyways, but yeah. Just remember also that like if you weren't like capable or competent to be in a certain situation or have a certain opportunity, you would not have that opportunity. Like think about that. Like and that could go for anything in your life. Like even being in a certain school or class like AP or honors, like you wouldn't be in that. Like sure, you might feel like, whoa, I do not belong here, but like you do, because your AP is not putting you in an honors class if they don't think you could keep up. Even if you don't think you could keep up, they think you could keep up. You know what I mean? Whew, that was like a mouthful. I forgot to turn on my microphone, and that would have been so bad because I would have recorded mute for 15 minutes. Anyways. Okay. I forgot where I was. I have to like save my audio like every 15 minutes, so then I forget where I'm at. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, you know, if you're not capable of, like, if you weren't, I'm trying to I'm trying to use another word of like besides capable and competent because I've used it too many times. But like, we're working on the vocabulary, so just like chill. But you know, if you weren't credited, no, I don't know. We're gonna work on the vocab. But anyway, like, you know, if you weren't able to like withhold yourself and stand up on your own in a certain room, in a certain class, in a certain position, job, internship, you wouldn't be there. So just food for thought. So I saw this TikTok earlier, which is interesting because I don't really have any like, I don't know. It was just interesting that I saw a TikTok about imposter syndrome on my For You page and never have before. But you know how that goes. Like, they be listening. And I did say it a couple times. Oh, I'm going to do an imposter syndrome episode. Anyway, the TikTok said, and I quote, "The moment you start to think I don't deserve to be here, instantly flip your mindset to what an incredible opportunity I have to learn. Regardless of whether or not I believe I deserve to be here, I'm here." Like, that's big. And I feel like, honestly, I started to switch my mindset, and that's what helped as well. Like, literally every time you have a negative thought, switch that shit immediately, because if you don't, like, you just won't retrain your brain. Like, your brain it's like a muscle. It literally is a muscle, actually, and you have to train it. Like, you have to train it. And so if you are constantly just accepting the negative thoughts, it's going to keep giving you negative thoughts because you're accepting them. But if you say, actually, no, brain, I'm in a silly, goofy mood. But seriously, though, that doesn't change the content of this. But like, if you're like, actually, no, and then you literally say the opposite. For example, again, money. Like, oh, I literally can't even look at this. I can't afford that. You immediately be like, but I'll figure it out. Or like, I could definitely like, you know, figure out how to make, you know, more money. Or I could just get another income stream. Or like some, you know, just flip everything. Flip it all. Like, there's always, with light comes dark. With yin comes yang. With sun comes moon. Whatever. Like there's, whoa. Calm down. Slow down. Okay. There's always opposites. Like, with light comes dark. And with dark comes light. Like, there's always a positive to a negative thought, and vice versa. But like, who's gonna say a positive thought and then be negative right after? Like, you negative Nelly, negative Nancy, don't do that. But anyway, yeah, basically, just rebuke in the name of Jesus. Rebuke your negative thoughts, okay? But I'm not gonna lie, like, it's gonna take practice. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. Everything takes practice, honestly. And practice makes permanent. Not perfect, but permanent. Because perfect doesn't exist. Let's be for real. But practice does make permanent. And that's why we need to constantly be practicing, you know, switching our mindset when it comes to, if we're thinking negatively, and we've been thinking negatively for years, it's going to take some practice to not do that anymore, you know? Anyway, but yeah, just practice daily on like shifting how you view not only yourself but everything, and watch your vibration raise, and you just become like more happy and just more confident, secure, all that. Okay, so I'm looking at my outline, and I basically already said that without looking at it, so period. But yeah, just basically like turn every single negative thing into something positive. And it's possible. Even if it's like you gotta dig deep into the cracks and crevices, there is positivity behind every negative thing you say. Everything. Another thing, because like I feel like a big thing with when you're suffering from like imposter syndrome and believing that you just like aren't like credible to be there, or do something, do it anyway. Like literally do it anyway, because the whole reason that you feel like you're not good enough is because 9 times out of 10 you just haven't done it yet, or like you haven't been there yet. So you do feel like I'm not supposed to be here, but that's just because you've never been there. Like of course it's gonna feel like that, but do it anyway, because again, like I said, like you wouldn't have that opportunity if you weren't, you know, like deserving or capable of having that opportunity. Like it wouldn't have came if you weren't able to handle it. That's just how, not only the world, but like God, everything, that's how it works. That's literally how it works. It's like you're not going to receive something if you're not ready to receive it, whether that's money, whether that's an opportunity, whether that's a freaking child. Okay, I'm not going to say child because that's a whole nother topic, but you know, like you don't receive what you're not meant to receive if you're not ready to receive it, you know? Whew. I just had to do like a whole like sigh because I don't know. I just needed a deep breath. But yeah, like whatever you believe you can't do, like do it anyway, because you're going to learn as you go, and then you won't feel like an imposter because it's like, oh, I actually know what I'm doing. Like I feel like imposter syndrome, like it's a mix of, okay, like I've never been here before, I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's also like you're most likely trying to compare intelligence or like credibility or whatever with experience, and that's not the same thing. Like okay, so say you're in a room, like a freaking conference room, or like people, you know how people be going on stages and like talking, I don't know what that's called, a press conference, I think, I don't know. Yeah, a press conference. Like say you're one of 4 or 5 people that are gonna go on the stage and like answer questions and shit, and you genuinely feel like you are not, like you're like the least I don't know the word that I've been looking for this whole time, but like basically like the least experienced or whatever. That doesn't take away your value or like, you know, your reasoning for being there. Like obviously somebody saw your value and invited you to the damn thing. Or I think I said that wrong. I mean, that still makes sense, but like basically you can't get experience without getting experience. So like if you aren't experienced, or like you're the least experienced in the room, but you're still there, you obviously still have intelligence or value to be there in that room, in that class, in, you know, online, on that platform, whatever. You still have some sort of value to provide. You're not, it just is what it is. When you don't have experience, you don't have experience. It is what it is, but you're going to get it by doing it. So it's like, that's the same thing with interns or like jobs that be asking for experience right out of freaking college. Like, bro, I don't have experience. How am I going to get experience? Like, someone's going to give you that opportunity. You're going to have the experience, and then you can move. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone starts off at some point with no experience. That doesn't mean you're an imposter. That just means you don't have experience. But the fact that you have the opportunity means you can get experience. Like you have the opportunity to not only do A, B, and C, X, Y, and Z, but also get experience in whatever field, you know, fill in the blank. I don't know. Yeah, like literally I wrote down, like at some point everyone experiences this. I'd be talking too fast. At some point everyone experiences this, being an imposter just because you're a beginner. Intelligence does not equal experience, basically. Also, by the way, now you can be delusional. This is part of the solution of imposter syndrome. They don't say fake it till you make it for no reason, and I'll just leave it at that. But like, for example, if you're starting out, you know, like inexperienced, like, or like a new level of something, or like, I don't know, because there's so many different examples. You know, like I said, like internship, you know, a conference or a new job, content post, whatever. If you're new to whatever it is that you're doing, like bring your value in that room and fake it. Literally act as if you're literally the most experienced, confident, smartest, whatever person in that room, on that post, on whatever. Because first of all, most people really do have fake confidence. And what I mean by that is like deep down there is something that they need. Like, I don't know. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But like, you just don't really know who actually is like confident or who's faking it. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, because that means you could fit right in. Nobody will know. Nobody's gonna know. Like, that's literally what I did. I literally started posting on YouTube as if I was like a YouTuber already. Like, I don't know. You just gotta, bro, nobody's gonna know. like nobody's gonna know if you're genuinely confident or not. If you show up like, I know what I'm doing, even if you don't. Because even if you make a mistake, be like, oh shit, like, my bad. And then just keep it pushing, like, as if, oh damn, that genuinely like was a mistake, but like, I still know what I'm doing. I don't know. Sometimes I be looking in too deep to things, but like, I feel like, you know, like, I don't know. But yeah, another huge another huge part in self-concept, which again I feel like plays into the imposter syndrome type of thing, is the law of assumption. Oh my gosh, as soon as I learned this, everything changed. Everything freaking changed. And I will be doing a whole separate episode on this because it deserves it. Okay, real quick, this is the last thing before we conclude. The law of assumption, the definition is basically like knowing what you want and desire already exists in your 3D reality, in your life. Excuse me. It's not I want, it's I have. Like, and that's like delusional, but in a good way. I don't know. Like, I'm literally a billionaire and I have like 2 yachts and a private jet. I literally travel 3 times a month. I almost said thrice a month. That's interesting. You know, I go around the world and I speak to people and motivate people and get asked questions and interviewed and whatever. Like, and I say this shit to myself every day, and I genuinely believe that. Like, you can't tell me I don't have 2 yachts. What? Yes, the fuck I do. They're literally in Tampa right now. What do you mean? You're crazy. You're delusional for thinking I don't. Like, you better, bro, what? Like, because when you put yourself on that vibrational level and you literally align yourself with whatever it is that you're, you know, desiring, and you genuinely believe it, that's really what it is. It's believing that you deserve it. And when you believe you deserve it, obviously, or when you say it, 9 times out of 10, you believe you deserve it. My leg fell asleep, so I'm going to sit up now. Oh, that feels really weird. It's like the back of my leg. Like, anyway. Feels so weird. We're almost done. I'm really telling myself that, but okay, y'all, the way it's Friday night and this is coming out tomorrow, good thing I took a nap, because I'm gonna be up for a minute editing this. Not even though, because it's gonna be like raw kind of, which is beautiful. I love that. I don't really have to think on here, or not even think, but you know what I mean. Anyway. I apologize. That probably sounded not cute. Anyway. Okay. I'm trying to get the chords out the way so y'all don't hear it. Okay. So again, you know how earlier in the episode, I had used the example of like, yeah, like people take my advice and use it and they come back and thank me for it. This is another one of those examples when it comes to the law of assumption. Say you actually do want people to take your advice and you genuinely think that like people don't, or whatever it is. Because this is an example, like fill in the blanks wherever you want to fill in the blanks. But like, you know, if you want people to ask for your advice and actually use it, you can literally say that like, yeah, I'm so wise beyond my years, and people know that, and they come up to me and they ask me for advice, and like, you know, like when they ask for my advice or my opinion, it's highly valued and it's taken into high consideration. 9 times out of 10, they actually do it and they come back with happy and positive results. Like, literally just tell yourself whatever it is that you want, but you have to genuinely believe it. And that's the same thing with, you know, I deserve to be here. I'm actually very competent enough to be in this room right now. I'm actually smart enough to be in this honors class right now. Because why wouldn't I? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Why wouldn't I? Why not? Why not? Why can't I? Why shouldn't I? You know what I mean? Whew. Y'all. Okay. This is... Okay. Okay. So... It's been like 30 minutes since I resumed, recording for this episode. I'm almost done, which is what's even crazier. But I literally just scrolled on TikTok for 30 minutes. Because, okay, so like every time I have to stop, like every 15 minutes or whatever, I have to wait for it to download. So I was like, oh, like, let me just go on TikTok while no, that obviously didn't work. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna do a social media detox very soon, or like a phone. Like, I just need to get off of my phone. The amount of stuff that I could get done in a day if I didn't have my phone right next to me on my hip, if I didn't have TikTok, if I didn't have, no, it's just, anyway, let's wrap it up because I have to edit this episode and make sure it's going to drop on time tomorrow. Whew, okay. Where were we? Okay, so the law of assumption is literally if you keep thinking, not even thinking, well, thinking too, thinking, believing, saying all of the above, whatever it is that you desire, it's not a matter of if it will happen, it's a matter of when, as long as you actually believe it. So that's the same thing with like fake confidence. Like, you start telling yourself like, no, I'm meant to be here. I'm here. I'm smart enough to be here. And keep saying it until you believe it. Literally fake it till you make it. I don't care. Okay, so like, let's conclude this episode real quick. Let me take a sip of my water. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm out of my like, I don't drink water phase. Like, girl, that is so nasty of you. I love water now. We've grown. Anyway, okay, so yeah, to conclude this episode, don't be hard on yourself either, by the way, please. Like, it's okay to feel how you do. You can accept how you feel and validate your feelings. Don't gaslight yourself or like try to be like, why do I not feel like this? Because obviously I can be here. But like, no, if you feel like that for a reason, so like, accept it. It's okay. Like, damn, okay, I don't like that I feel like this, but like, it's okay that I feel like this because I'll fix it. Like, just be softer with yourself. I feel like this society makes it so hard to be soft with ourselves and other people. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Just the only thing is like, you can accept it and feel it, but don't sulk in it, because that's how it grows and continues to get stronger. And then that's when you kind of get into, just like dig yourself into a deeper hole to where it's harder to get out of, where it's harder to believe the opposite, where it's harder to believe that you actually are, deserving of said opportunity. Wow. Change takes time and consistency. So again, don't try to like rush into it. Again, like, you really can't rush stuff like this. It's practice makes permanent. If you don't practice it, you can't practice it for like 2 days and then expect it to change. Like, especially if you've been thinking negatively for years on end, like you have to retrain your brain. It's going to take some time and consistency. But it's okay. Like, it's really the journey that's the most important thing. Because once you're already there, and I'm just speaking broadly at this point, but like, once you're already to where you're trying to be, it doesn't matter. The only thing you can like look back on is the journey and like all the steps. You know what I mean? So another thing I wrote down is, where focus flows, energy goes. And that is so true. That is so true. I will probably never stop saying that, because whatever you focus on, you attract more of, literally. And that goes for words as well. But yeah, just continue to put effort into your, like, daily practices of shifting your mindset, because like I said, it takes consistency, practice, time. Like, it does take a while, or not even a while. It just takes effort. Like, it just takes effort. But if you genuinely do want to get out of that, and you're not just in a victim mindset, like, boo, poor me, and you're actually like, no, like, this sucks and I want to get out of it, and you genuinely mean that, then just be patient, because it will happen. It's just going to take some time. It's a journey. Also, so real quick, I think I have like 4 or 5 little bullet points of like, remember to blah, blah, blah. Okay. Ready? Remember to, 1, accept your current reality and mindset. That was like the first step. 2, write down your accomplishments, the compliments you receive, and use it as a reminder for when you feel down and when you feel like an imposter or you just are having negative thoughts again. Pull that list out and be like, no, I am that bitch for multiple reasons. These are the reasons. Another thing too, remember that our thoughts do not belong to us. They are our brains, not ours. Yeah, like they're literally our brains, like calculations from the past. Like that's really what it is. It's like, okay, well, like our brains are so smart, it's almost too smart in a way, because it's like, well, the past said this, so therefore it's true, because the past is the best predictor for the future. And for most things that's true, but when it comes to patterns and stuff, that's not really true. It's just what our brain is used to, you know. Yeah, another one, rebuttal your negative thoughts with positive ones. That shit takes practice and patience, but you can do it. And also just remember the law of assumption, and just like literally whatever you tell yourself is true. It's that simple. Like we literally are the creators of our reality. But yeah, like imposter syndrome, that shit sucks, but it's not impossible to get out of, and it's something that literally everybody goes through. It's just a matter of not sulking in it and not staying in it and believing those thoughts and beliefs. Like it's really just a matter of, you know, switching the narrative. Shift your mindset. Every negative thought you have, and I don't even mean just with imposter syndrome or like with not feeling confident in a certain room or job or opportunity. It's everything. Like literally anything you say to yourself negatively or other people or out loud or in your head or whatever, literally follow up with a positive thought, and you'll start to see, like I swear, you'll start to see a difference. You'll start to be more optimistic, more positive, and it brings more positivity. Where focus flows, energy goes. I'm telling you. I honestly, okay, so like when it comes to the outline and stuff, I'm done. But like real quick, this is my first return episode, okay? Like I'm so excited to be back, first of all. But also like I can't wait to look back on this episode, this video, whatever, in 20 episodes and be like, oh, like I've grown so much. And I don't even mean personality wise, maturity wise, like that's like a duh. But I mean when it comes to specifically talking and like speaking, I'm trying to talk in less circular motion. Like I'm trying to talk in less circles and more, like lines, linear, whatever. Basically, like, how I'm like chopping up my sentences right now on accident. I just can't wait to look back and be like, wow, like I speak so much more clear. I speak just better. I don't know. But it takes practice, and I'm excited because it's a journey, and I can't wait to look back on this and just be like, wow, like I talk way better now. Because that is really a big thing that I want to work on, is just speaking. And I'm used to, I think I've said this before, but like I'm used to filming and then like editing. So therefore I can mess up. I can restart my sentences multiple times and it's fine because I'm going to edit it. But when I'm talking, I've noticed, especially recently, like I talk in circles sometimes, or I just can't. I'm not going to say can't. I'm never going to say that. But like I struggle currently with getting sentences out very clearly, and I'm working on it, and so I'm really excited to see the growth from it because I'm working on it, But anyway, I thank you guys so much for listening, not only listening, but being patient with me, also being so supportive and even asking like, girl, when's the podcast coming back? Because y'all love it. Like y'all like it. Y'all want it to come back, and that on its own means so much. I'm so grateful for you guys and for your support. Like genuinely, I can't wait for just everything. Like, I don't know. I just have a feeling like this is going to be a huge shift for not only me, but like all of us. My content, my podcasts, content period on audio podcast, YouTube, this YouTube channel, and also my main YouTube channel, my TikTok, Instagram, just me online as a platform and as a brand. I'm just really excited as a person too, but that is my brand. I'm excited to share so much wisdom with you guys and like help uplift you and help you grow. Essentially, I'm just so excited because like this is genuinely this is genuinely what I like to do. I love helping people, giving advice, and genuinely helping you change like for the better. I love that shit so much. So thank you for your support. I genuinely love you so much, and I hope that this episode helped. I hope that this didn't sound as circular as I think it did. So yeah, I will catch you guys very soon. I'll see you guys next week. Every Saturday I post and drop an episode, and now we're back to regular programming. Therefore, I will be seeing you guys or talking to you guys every single week. So stay tuned. And again, we're just going to keep getting better. We're just going to keep growing, keep talking about deeper shit, and I'm just so excited. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I love you so much, and I will talk to you guys. Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. My battery just started flashing. Okay, I'll talk to you guys next week. And until then, bye.